Ladies and gentlemen, our second bout of the evening is brought to you by Breckenridge Distillery. It is an amateur 110-pound kickboxing bout, and it is 3 two-minute rounds. Let's meet our fighters first. Fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, please welcome Tawnie Packard.
10-pound female kickboxing action up for you next. Tawnie Packard making her way to the Sparta 76 ring.
Well, you started off with Muay Thai, now you got kickboxing, you got the ladies involved here, the MMA, so a little something for everybody, JR. And last time we called Fight Together, remember we had a couple of the females on for that fight, and it was a good one.
Definitely. Always really well-conditioned fighters are the female athletes and bring a lot of tenacity. Always fun to watch.
110 pounds, they'll be lightning quick, usually. And they give it to each other. I'll tell you what, you know, when you're watching any card, there's no dip in action when the ladies come into the cage. There's no doubt. They want this as much, they train just as hard, and they fight just as hard.
DCO MMA gym represented there by Stephen and Catherine Paparaki. Catherine, of course, our Queen of Sparta champion, getting in the ear of her student. Little last-minute instruction, as it were.
Take anything you can from those who've had experience like that, don't you?
Of course, they're...
And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Auto Group blue corner, featuring Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Fiat on Havana, and Nissan on Arapahoe, Angel Rios.
Rios will be the opponent here. Making her way to the cage. Tail of the tape shows us Packard has a life experience advantage at 25 years old versus 18. 4 foot 9 inches tall for Rios versus 5'5" for Packard. So Packard would have pretty decided a height and will assume reach advantage. It's a debut fight for both fighters, one a kickboxer in Packard versus the freestyle fighter of Rios.
Always love to see debut fights for both fighters at the same time. And you look who's in her corner. You look up there, J-Train, Justin Gonzalez.
Talk about a gentleman that we've watched from the very beginning go from the early stages of his career rising to the very top. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I hope to see him soon. As a matter of fact, in the UFC or Bellator, it's going to come calling soon for him. Still unbeaten as a professional. So he's got some
pretty amazing.
Some thoughts on this one tonight. So he's got a fighter in this one in the corner. We'll see what
Ladies and gentlemen,
Angel
once
can do.
again, let's meet our fighters first. Fighting out the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, from Arvada, Colorado, representing DCO MMA, Tawnie Freak Show Packard. And her opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Auto Group blue corner, featuring Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Fiat on Havana, and Nissan on Arapahoe, from Gilcrest, Colorado, representing Top Notch Sports Academy, Angel Princess Rios.
All right, we went over the rules earlier. I expect a clean, fair fight. Listen to me at all times and protect yourself at all times. Let's touch gloves and get after it. Back to your corner.
Tawnie Packard wearing the black and pink versus Angel Rios. Top-notch fighter wearing the black and gold, and DCO MMA represented by Packard.
This one will be interesting because you don't see this big of a height advantage at 110 pounds usually.
Yes,
so this will be interesting.
True.
Angel comes out right away. Tawnie trying to use that reach advantage as well and just peppering right away and firing.
And doing well with her kicks, trying to measure that distance is Packard.
And that can be tough too, even if you have the reach advantage. JR, making sure to get that off before the fighter can close that distance.
Yeah, fighter gets inside that long reach, can be pretty tough, especially somebody as powerfully built as Rios seems to be. Once she gets inside, can be some difficulties.
Rios backing up a little bit.
I think she's been hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
I think Packard
so too.
stunned her, and I think she's trying to gather her wits and recover.
Boy, when she chambers that kick, she's almost got the kick up that high.
She does. Yep, she could turn that into a push kick to the face very easily. Powerful leg kick by Rios, but Packard not slowing down at all.
Rios trying to find how to attack here, and that's the biggest thing you have, JR, with the reach advantage. And look at the leg advantage. I mean, you can keep the fighter away.
Rios inside for a moment there, but then inexplicably she backed herself out of range just a little bit, and some blood coming out of the nose of Rios. So,
right.
I'm going to change that inexplicably and say I think she's still trying to recover a little bit.
And she's taking that right up Broad Street. This looks like a jab coming through, and now a kick.
Corner of Packard calling for that head kick again. Oh, and almost a knee to the head there.
Rios continues to come forward. Got Packard up against the cage. She does have some blood coming out there.
Rios doing some work on the inside now. That's what she's been wanting to do the whole fight, is get inside, work those short, stinging strikes.
Packard reaches up that kick, and that's the end of the first round. And Packard, I would say, won that round, JR, but an interesting how you approach that, because two different dynamics going on.
Yeah, definitely a dichotomy of styles there. No doubt about that. Here in the corner of Rios, I think you're telling her, you know, there's that moment when you got inside and you had her up against the cage, and you really started working your strikes. Let's see some more of that. And we're checking out the Larry H. Miller replay here. This is where Rios did that. She got inside. She had some decent effect. As soon as the distance, or as soon as they disengaged, and there was some more distance rather, it was all Packard. Boy, she was nonstop.
Yeah, Packard led with that kick, JR, and when that kick came, it opened it up upstairs to follow up those overhand punches, which connected. And a nice knee.
Whistle sounded to get the corner man out of there.
Well, both fights have had action early on, that's for sure.
Round two, punchy kicky time.
Packard presses forward, continues to do so. Looks for that reach advantage to be used.
Looks like the corner of Rios was in her ear about pressure forward, close that distance, because she just came out and backed Packard all the way around and then across the cage.
Well, there's only one thing that's going to work, is she's got to get close inside. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And if you know that, why waste time?
Yes, true, and the difficulty with that is her opponent knows it too.
Right.
So her opponent knows her game plan 100%.
Absolutely.
So that makes it a little rough.
Rios has some energy here to start this second round. But you're right, Jared. Both fighters know exactly what the other's going to do.
That head kick scored for Packard. Rios had blocked the earlier ones. That one went just over the top of the glove.
Oh, that one
clipped her
scored
right
as well.
on top. Yes, it did.
Saw the head jerk back right there of Angel Rios on that Tawnie Packard kick.
Rios is staggering a little bit. I think it might be from fatigue. She took a couple of steps back and just didn't quite seem to have her feet underneath her.
Trying to gather herself to see she's got another rush in her. Takes a lot out of you, JR, when you put that kind of pressure on to start the round.
Yeah, to come out and start the round as fast and as powerfully as she did. Almost becomes a bit of an all or none proposition.
The leg reach is just, with that front kick, Tawnie can really keep the distance and keep Rios away just by that front snap kick.
Which is very, very difficult for Rios to bridge that gap. She has to continue doing what she did at the beginning of the round, 10 seconds left here, which is bully her way in, and that's what she's doing to end the round. So good start and good end to the round for Rios. Packard put it together in the middle and started to take control again. Interesting to see how the judges score round number two.
Packard's not breathing hard, so she seems ready to roll. And it's so tough for Rios to get inside because that's the only place that she can score.
Checking out the Larry H. Miller replay here, and this is somewhere toward the beginning of the round. We can see Rios full of energy. Like I said, you can tell her corner had been in her ear telling her what to do, and she went out and worked really hard to affect the game plan, and it worked well for probably the first third of the round.
Right. Reach is just so big. You know, especially when it's your first fight, because both, you know that your opponent has the reach advantage.
Right.
In this case, Tawnie has never dealt with it before, so all this is experience you're getting for the next time, because more often than not, she's going to be the shorter fighter.
Very true, very true. And a contingent of Rios fans telling her to get after it as well, probably saying exactly what her corner said.
All right, Rios trying to find a crack to sneak in. There's that front kick again.
Followed up nicely by the overhand right by Packard.
Came across, scored there as well. She's scoring every time that Rios is trying to get inside. Got to give a game effort for Rios.
For sure, but Packard doing a really nice job with her circular footwork, not letting herself be backed in a straight line, circling off the cage. She knows exactly what Rios is going to do, and she seems better prepared for it here to start the third.
Measures with that kick. Again, that's a turning side kick that scores. She can keep all the distance she wants with it.
Good kick into the body. Packard was actually going to try to go for a head kick with that as per her coach's instructions, but Rio stepped into it, and as the distance changed, it became a nice body kick.
Yeah, it came back to the right side, the back side of the kidney. Under a minute to go in this one. Second fight of the night, Sparta. We had Muay Thai started off with kickboxing, then we'll go to MMA. Everything for everybody. Little something. Yeah. Scoring at will.
Rios going with a flurry here, and this is what she needs to do. She needs to try to not only close that distance, but see if she can pin Packard into the cage, and Packard has just done a really nice job with her footwork and not allowed herself to be pinned hardly at all.
And she's made it difficult because Rios has tried different angles to try to get in, and at every turn, Tawnie's just done a great job of keeping her from getting some momentum in. Spinning back fist misses there. Rios continues to punch away, but Packard has done a good job of keeping that distance in this fight, JR.
And Rios, really wearing the marks of this fight. Bloodied up as the fight ends. That was the end of the third round. We're going to let the judges earn their pay once again this evening. Thank our fight fans for having joined us here on the pay-per-view. I know one of our here we go, checking out the Larry H. Miller Nissan replay. And again, just distance management, and a lot of that done by way of circular footwork by Packard. A couple of times she allowed herself to get onto the cage, but even when she did, she circled off nicely. She didn't stay there too long, didn't allow Rios to affect her game plan.
No, and then out in the middle of the ring, JR, it was time and time again, the front kick, the turning kick, and every time she was able to even connect a little bit, that kept Rios from coming in, and Packard really in control for the entire fight. I expect a unanimous decision. She won every round.
Agreed. I was going to say a moment ago, before the replay started, one of the Sparta Combat fighters watching from out of state, Mr. Aaron Seth Badbear, said he was going to be checking out the fights tonight, so we want to say thanks for having joined us. We appreciate everyone's patronage, and hopefully we get to see him in the cage soon.
Yeah, I got some good cards coming up, and got Namir Singleton fighting later, and we're getting ready for the decision here, and of course Chris Camozzi and Tony Lopez in the main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges scored the bout 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Tawnie Packard.
Congratulations to the DCO MMA fighter Tawnie Packard. She'll go get her post-fight interview with Bailey Winters. We'll thank a couple of sponsors. Be back for some MMA action.
All right, I'm back here now with your winner, Tawnie Packard. Tawnie, this was your debut fight tonight. You got the win. How does it feel?
It feels great.
Your opponent came out fast, very aggressive, pressuring forward. I could tell you were trying to use your range, but she was, getting in there, trying to make it a brawl. What was your game plan? How did you try to overcome that?
Well, from the beginning, I knew I was going to have reach, so obviously that was an advantage. She came in pretty hard, though. I needed to circle out a little bit more. I just tried to stay there and punch her away, and I kind of didn't work, but next fight will be better.
This was your very first fight. Did you feel pretty confident going into it tonight, stepping in that cage for the very first time?
Absolutely.
What can we expect next from you?
Way more.
All right, who do you want to thank tonight, Tawnie?
Everybody. I mean, my coaches for one, everybody at DCO, everyone on the fight team. I've only been on the fight team for about 6 months, and it's just been amazing. My dad for getting me into the sport altogether. I love it. And just my boyfriend, everyone else who's been supportive, everyone who came and got tickets, thank you.
Congratulations on the great fight. Good job, Tawnie.